Every day, I drove the same route home from work, passing through narrow roads that led through remote parts of the forest. It had become a routine that I had almost forgotten about, but one day something happened that completely changed my perspective. It was a cloudy day, and the rain was constantly pouring down. When I noticed a man standing on the side of the road, waving his hand, I decided to pick him up, just like I did every other day. There weren't many people on the road, and it seemed like the man had had a rough day. He had a small bag with him. As we drove, I tried to start a conversation with him, but he didn't seem in the mood to talk. He was quiet and withdrawn, so I decided to drive in silence. After a few minutes, as we were passing through the forest, the man suddenly became nervous. He started to anxiously look at his bag. This surprised me, and I asked him if everything was okay. The man hesitated before responding. "I have something that's not entirely legal in this bag," he admitted with anxiety in his voice. I was shocked and didn't know what to say. The man didn't want to tell me what exactly was in the bag, but he said that he needed to get to his destination quickly to get rid of the burden. We continued to drive, and the tension in the car grew. With every mile we covered, I felt more uncomfortable. The man became increasingly nervous, and the sound of rain on the car roof seemed to get louder. After a few moments, the man asked me to stop the car. He said he had reached his destination and needed to go. He grabbed his bag and quickly got out of the car, disappearing into the rain. I watched him walk away, and then I looked at the bag he had carried with him. I felt a mixture of curiosity and fear. What exactly was in that bag? I couldn't even begin to imagine. The next day, I was sitting at home thinking about the strange encounter with the man I had picked up the day before. I felt uneasy because I didn't know what had been in the bag he had carried with him. However, what I learned from the local news that day completely shocked me. As I watched the news on television, I found out that the police had found a dead man not far from the same road where I had picked him up. It turned out that the man had been involved in illegal activities, and in his bag, they had discovered something that deeply alarmed the authorities: unknown recipes for various poisons. I felt like the ground was slipping from under my feet. I realized that I had unknowingly given a ride to a man who had connections to dangerous substances. It was almost unbelievable. The police were seeking information about the man, and I decided to testify about everything I knew. This experience had left a deep impact on me. I never found out who the man was and how he ended up dead on the road. It remained a mystery that would forever go unresolved. The drive home from work was never the same again because I realized that every encounter with the unknown can carry secrets and dangers that you can't even imagine.